Big flex this chapter. I have already decided that Yayoi is best girl in the series. I don't think anybody's gonna go against that. She's definitely the coolest so far, and the big flex character we first got to see was from her, so that was really cool. And it also, like, pretty early. We're only 8 chapters in, and we got to see like a big moment from a highly ranked character. Where she ranks overall, we still don't know. Whether she's like where in Japan, because we know that she's like one of the strongest in Japan. We don't know where that is, and then we don't know where she ranks in the world. I imagine she's definitely got to be up there. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if she's top 10 in the world, or maybe even top 15 or something. Like, she can't be like, oh, I'm ranked 170th in the world. It has to be still fairly highly ranked. The fact that they didn't bring up like, oh, she's she's in the top 5 of the world or something, makes me think she's probably not the very best, but she's somebody that's just, always would be considered. Like, if you were a shaman in the Phantom Seer world and you said, who are your favorite out of the top shamans, she'd be a character that you'd probably contemplate over. She just is probably very, very known within, the world of shamans. Like, of shamanism, she is a big deal. But we got like some nice stuff at the beginning of the chapter. Like, we have her like messing with her brother, messing with Iori, and he's just like, I was about to get serious, but you came in to decide do all the work, so whatever. And then she's like, okay, let's see how serious you were. And they end up doing like a combinational attack, and he like brings up how he doesn't like to do it because of the fact that it's exhausting for him. And we see exactly how this technique works, and a little bit about her powers as well, because the attack itself is primarily him, but it's done through a technique that she has. Like, essentially their technique in this combo move is she makes all these eyes, and the eyes are areas that are connected to her power, and her brother is channeling all of the shadow energy into her, and then she is pretty much taking that stockpiled power of shadows that her brothers put into her, and then just dispersing them through each of these eyes. So it's a like this really big, just massive all-out attack that he can do, but only with her aid, because the way that she is the one that is pretty much harnessing it. It's like if he went and like he had all this clay, and he had this mass amount of clay, and he brings it to her, and she's the one that can actually make it into a statue. She is the one refining it. He's the one bringing her just the mass amount of energy, which again is cool because it shows like what he's gonna be able to do probably one day, and what she can just do, not a big deal, like with her crazy eye attacks. Because I have no doubt that she could do this, like attacks like of this size, like on her own, like we just saw in the last chapter, her flex just from showing up. But I really like her. I think she's really cool. She reminds me of Satoru Gojo, and just in the way that it's like this extremely powerful person who is trying to raise up these other people, and probably has some larger scale schemes in the process. Like, it's not just, oh, I have a team, I have what's going on, but it's very clear, I think, from this chapter, she's got some plans going on. And as well as this chapter, I really liked Riku's character. I really liked how she sees herself in this situation, because I already mentioned that because of her personality, she's gonna want to help, she's gonna want to be able to do stuff, but because of the environment she's in, she has no real fighting experience, she has no combat training, that you put her in a place where they're fighting these phantoms, these monsters, she's gonna eventually be like, I want to help, I don't want to be helpless and just kind of like be protected the whole time. Like, she clearly appreciates any aid she's gotten from other people, but she doesn't like that she can't give them any aid back. There's nothing she can really do that would make it kind of like fit her belief of helping others. Like, because I don't think for a second she gets helped and she's like, damn, I can't believe somebody'd help me. She likes that. She likes it when people help each other, but she can't help anybody around her, so it's very much against like her whole just kind of vision of how to live. And there's even like talk between her and Yayoi. She's like, in these kind of situations, like I want to be able to do stuff. She even says like this one, that she wants to be able to do something to help. She doesn't want to be useless. She doesn't want to just kind of be like baggage. And Yayoi's like talking about how she's like she's a beckoning hand, her power to kind of like call over these phantoms, but she's not a shaman. and she's like, but would you like to be a shaman? Would you like to gain this power? Would you like to be able to, you know, do stuff on your own? And there's still like portions like saying how beckoning hands and shamans aren't supposed to mix, like they shouldn't be a shaman if you are a beckoning hand. But Yayoi clearly likes Riku's resolve. She likes that she has this want in order to become stronger and want to do things for others, the opposite of her brother. And like, I get that I'm bumping my mic. I get that Iori doesn't want to do any of this and he's kind of selfish, but I think that she knows that Riku's personality is good for her brothers. I think she believes that having somebody like Riku around will make her brother into a better person and maybe like help build away from his selfish personality. And so like this other guy shows up, this new dude, what was his name? Kurose, I think that was his name, something like that. Yeah, Kurose, or however it's pronounced. He's shown up to go on this mission. There's like this disappearance of beckoning hands, and she's like, Yayoi's like, you're not going on a mission with me, you're going on a mission with my brother. So she's set up this way to do stuff with both fronts. You're gonna have Iori go on and continue his journey while she's going to hold Riku back and train her. Like, she's like, you know, are you free in this next vacation? It's very clear she's going to start teaching her how to be a shaman. So we'll eventually see, we'll probably get like a couple peeks into her training, but I'm guessing it's going to be mostly like any of the bigger details is going to be off on the side. Like, we'll see the fundamentals of what Riku is going to learn, but we won't see something like whatever phantom she gets for her powers, or like how exactly she's going to fight. The way that I see it is it's going to be like that. We're going to primarily focus on Iori and Kurose and then get little peeks into Riku's training, and then after the arc we'll get like back and it'll be like, oh, Riku now knows, you know, how to summon a phantom, like whatever her power, like her base ability is going to be for how she fights and stuff. And then we'll see that kind of first utilized in whatever arc comes after, or whatever mission rather comes after this one with this Kurose dude. So really looking forward to how this is going to play out. Like I've expressed before, I like Riku's character. I always really like it when you have a character at the start who is not like the whole like way I look at it is I can compare it to a couple other series. The obvious one I can compare it to is Fairy Tail. When you look at like the start of that, like even if you're not like a fan of the series, you can look at the start of it and you have Gray, Urza, Natsu. You have all these people who have years of experience under their belt, you know, of being wizards and all these missions and trainings and different ways that they've gone about their adventure. And then you had Lucy, who was at the very start. She had just left home. She was still a rookie in her magic, and you got to see like her, like when you saw the other characters doing other parts of their stories, you saw her participating, but also she was getting stronger and becoming more capable, eventually being able to keep up with these people who have way more experience than her, but she's able just to kind of, you know, through determination keep up and continue to strive to be useful and to do stuff on her own. And that's where I can see Riku's story going, is having that same kind of scenario where you have Iori, who clearly is from like a very gifted bloodline. He's somebody who doesn't want to be powerful, he just wants to be normal. You know, his sister's OP. You got all these guys who have been shamans for who knows how long, and she is now going to be set up on a position to compete with them, and not even like compete with them in like some form of like 1v1 personal goal, but really just keep up with them in, you know, the story as it continues. And also the beckoning hands like disappearing thing, I think that Yayoi, on top of everything else, is going to make Riku strong, because I think I think that Yayoi is like, this girl needs to be powerful enough that if whatever is happening to these beckoning hands, you know, comes for her, that she's going to be able to defend herself, which again is going to be really important later. I can feel it. But anyway, other than that, though, comment below, thumbs up the video, but friend the like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. Other than that, I appreciate everybody's already subscribed, and thank you all for listening. Bye.